Hello, I'm Laurel Ruma, and we're here at Strata Summit, New York City, and we're talking today with Kim Rees from Periscopic. Kim, what does Periscopic do, and why are you here at Strata?
Hi, Laurel. We are a data visualization firm, and so that means we take data and create a visual representation for it. So we create custom interactive data visualizations to gain insight from data. And our tagline is do good with data, so that means that we work in the spaces of environmentalism, social responsibility, and those sorts of things. So we try to help organizations bring their data into the, to make it transparent and also to gain insight about what's going on in the world as far as climate change goes or other good initiatives like that. And we are here at Strata because there's so much going on in the world of data, and it's very hard to keep up with it all. So it's a nice, week-long space where we can hear, snippets of what's happening, where people are going, what the challenges are, what the big initiatives are, struggles that people are having in the world of data, and also to hear about, the cutting-edge things that people are doing. We just listened to a great speech by a person at the UN Global Pulse, which is so extremely forward-thinking and such a beautiful initiative to help communities in crisis, to help them predict when crises are going to happen before they happen. So he was promoting data philanthropy in companies, and that's such a fantastic new concept that, it's just wonderful to hear about all of the things that are happening and things that people are coming up with. It just feels like this new frontier, and I'm just so excited to be, working in this space and hearing about what other people are doing as well.
That's great. Data philanthropy sounds like you could actually work on some of that data once it's liberated from various companies and initiatives, and as a data visualization person, maybe come up with ideas and graphics that people have never even thought of before, and how exactly to show those facts, because there's a big difference between an infogram and actual data visualization.
Exactly, and we find that interaction, so allowing the user to interact with the data in a meaningful way, is really like what's at the heart of gaining insight. So, for instance, we just worked on a piece for The Economist that helped show where countries stand with regards to cybersecurity and how they respond to threats in their, their IT infrastructure. And it's, we created this it took us a long time to figure out what is the most elegant way of showing this, but once we get this very elegant, succinct, and efficient visualization, you can very quickly see where companies or where countries are falling short, where their challenges might be, and then how to bolster those areas by other initiatives. So trying to get them to strengthen certain areas of their infrastructure or create more education for people in terms of technical skills and that sort of thing. So it's just a great field where, 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, people were stuck in this land of spreadsheets and, trying to look at things by just looking at the numbers, by just looking at tables, or maybe a few charts that didn't really, that were static, like you said, an infogram. Where it's just presented and it's done, but most often we find people have questions like, well, what would happen if I changed this a little bit? What would happen if we threw this in? And it's allowing for that malleable this sort of interface so people can mess with things and can find out, how can I affect this? How can I create change from this? Is where we find there's, really an important space to be in. So.
That's so fantastic. Well, thank you very much for talking with us today and joining us at Strata.
Great.
And that was Kim Rees at Periscopic. And she works for a digital data visualization firm called Periscopic in Portland, Oregon, and she is the CEO and lead designer. Thank you, Kim.